Welcome to our coverage of ASUG Annual Conference and SAP HANA Now 2014. I am Puneet Suppal from SAP, and we are in the ASUG News Studio sponsored by NTT Data. I'm joined today by a very distinguished panel. In the far corner is Craig Davis from Relevant, Snehashi Sarkar from Varian Medical Systems, and Tamara Johnson from Unilever. We are going to talk about HANA Now. So my first question for you, Tamara, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us what brought HANA to Unilever, or what brought Unilever to HANA?
Well, I'm part of Unilever's global innovation team. And so when we were looking at the HANA technology, we wanted to make sure that it could actually transform our business and not just accelerate it. And we looked at business issues that we could actually take advantage of HANA with. And that ended up being within the finance area to improve the month-end close processing.
So what specifically did you implement?
We wanted to start off small. So we started with the COPA accelerator, and from there, we've seen so much improvement to the business process that we've actually moved beyond the acceleration into implementing applications on HANA that allowed us to really transform the business.
So for those of us who know about profitability analysis from SAP, tell our audience, how was this different? Because you probably ran profitability analysis before, and now you're running the COPA accelerator. What has changed at Unilever?
It was a significant performance improvement that we saw. So most people who run COPA understand that it's a performance hog. So to go from a process where it took 8 hours to run the transactions, reports run in hours if they ran at all, to a process where we could actually run reports within seconds was a real game changer for our business.
Game changer. Does it mean you were able to go back and reutilize the time that would otherwise have been expended in running COPA the old way?
Yeah, and in fact, because of our old processes, the business really couldn't make adjustments and rerun the COPA processes. It just took too long. So now they're at the point where not only can they spend the time really analyzing information, but when they need to make adjustments, they can actually rerun the processes and still meet their deadlines.
Fantastic. Switching gears a little bit, my next question is for you, Craig. You're from Relevant. You're part of SAP Startup Focus Program. For the benefit of our audience, we have about 1,500 of these entities out there, and about 40% of them are in North America. You're one of them. You have used HANA for your solution, and I believe you've got a native HANA app, which means it's built for and runs on HANA. It wouldn't exist or run without HANA. Tell us, what is your solution about, and what is the relevance of HANA to you?
Well, we started off, our version 1 product was not on HANA, and there were features, functionality, and performance that our clients weren't getting. We made that decision to move over to HANA, focus on in-memory data, and a lot of the features, including optimization, predictive analysis, and also speed in running queries on big data, we were able to achieve. So our company really focuses on helping brands leverage their disparate data around consumers to help them personalize and optimize their marketing or their engagement across multiple channels. Without HANA, we wouldn't be able to do half of the things that we're doing. We're on the HANA database, but again, our version 2 is HANA native application. We don't know where all of the performance is coming from, whether it's on the data side or the application side, but we do know that the performance improvement is significant, and we've been happy, and our clients have been very happy.
Well, that's fantastic. Looks like from what you've described, you have the answers at least to 2 of the V's that exist in the whole big data conundrum, of variety and volume, perhaps, right?
Right.
And go ahead.
I was going to say, our company is spelled with 2 V's, You typically joke with me about the two V's, but yeah, those two V's.
So is that where they come from?
That's where they come from.
Oh, and I thought I was being really smart here. Anyway, so I think our audience would be very interested to know, Snehashish from Varian Medical Systems, you guys have recently implemented SAP Business Suite on SAP HANA.
Yep.
This is a big step.
Yep.
There are many out there that are currently in this process, but you are very fresh from that experience. So I'd like to know what prompted Varian Medical Systems to decide that they would like to implement the entire business suite on HANA, and this is without going through the baby steps many other companies are taking. So tell us a little bit about that and tell us about your success.
Thanks, Puneet. So let me take the privilege of introducing Varian. So Varian is leader in radiation oncology. And if you have to define our business, a majority of the business is like slow moving, but very complex. We have every module of SAP, we are using it to run our business. So you can imagine Varian configurator integrated to project system transfers the requirement to production planning. So we have to capture the cost and revenue across entire life cycle of the product till the time we put it into the customer's place and complete the warranty. So our challenge historically has been the transactional processing. So every time business users is doing the transaction, they're encountering challenges from a performance point of view. So this has been a pain to every user across geography. Compared to our revenue, we are far more global, extensively doing business across multiple continents. So the transactional performance was the primary reason why we looked into HANA. And it is not that we just onboarded onto the HANA, we did a whole proof of concept with one of the most critical process for us, which was the revenue forecasting process. So we took a snapshot of the database, we gave it to SAP, they did the magic, the stuff which used to take 3.5 hours suddenly started taking 5 minutes, so which was an astonishing thing for us. And that was a good driver for us to start looking towards moving all our enterprise applications into HANA.
Excellent. Is it too early to ask you what sort of benefit your users are experiencing, or?
You know, honestly, we are pleasantly surprised. One, because we had more challenges to upgrade EHP 6, which was not on HANA. EHP 7 has been a smooth ride. So from Varian point of view, we have taken the first step of migrating and upgrading our system into HANA environment. But without doing anything, we did a benchmark for about 50 transactions. Out of those 50 transactions, 2 transactions which was customized by us ran slow. 8 transactions, there was no improvement, but 40 transactions showed significant improvement. And the improvement in tunes of 1x to 1500x.
Excuse me, did you say 1500x?
Yes.
1500x, folks. And he is right here, so I guess he knows he's on air, so it can't be untrue.
No, I can share the data. It's not a surprising thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So, Tamara, you've been nodding along a little bit, and I see you are quite impressed by the performance improvement and the great changes at Varian. When are you guys going to implement your business suite on HANA?
Well, we're actually in the planning process now, and we've done something similar where we've taken a copy of our production environment and handed it over to SAP at Waldorf to start that process, to test the migration and what it takes to migrate, and to also look at what functionality we want to test as well. So we're headed down that path now.
Oh, excellent. So while I've been talking to you for the last few minutes, I've been thinking there are things that perhaps Craig can offer, and many others like him, in the whole startup focus program arena, if you will, because I think what you provide are these unique solutions which are not addressed by any significant vendor of enterprise software. So having heard him speak about this, and we had a session earlier as well, and is there something you think that you might find of value in working with the startup focus program members?
You know, the business challenges are enormous. There are many applications which require potentially, now since we have HANA in place, we could actually address some of the fundamental business problems which requires predictive capability, which requires big data analytics and real-time information. right? So we have put up our system which is running the conventional enterprise transactions, but obviously there are more requirements which are coming from business, which will drive us to harness the power of HANA using some of the work which Craig and their team are doing in terms of building native apps. So that's the future we are looking into.
Yeah, some of the companies that we work with are on HANA, and they do have internal tech capabilities to be able to build some of the things that, some similar things of what we build. But the real focus for us is, we provide that bridge for the marketer to the data in a very simple way. So we're connecting to every single data element that is customer-centric and allowing them access to those data elements through a beautiful user interface. But yeah, we're helping them do really complicated things in very simple ways. So if you are an enterprise with hundreds of millions of consumer records and you want to integrate that information from several data sources, you can do that. If you want to drive multi-channel campaigns utilizing those that data, you can do that. All of it's rules-based. Now, customers come to us because they don't have the capabilities of doing that internally, nor the resources. For them, it makes more sense for us to do that for them.
Thank you. I think that this is an excellent, it's almost like a marriage made in heaven, if I may say so.
Yeah.
And folks, you're probably wondering, why do we have on this panel somebody from a startup as well as two individuals who represent SAP's traditional enterprise customers? And here is the reason why we have them on the panel today. HANA as a platform has come of age. HANA has been around for over 2 years, but it should not be mistaken to be just a database. HANA is a lot more than that. It's a platform that is changing lives everywhere. As you've heard on the panel today, these entities are using HANA in different ways. And to Greg's example, his entire organization is probably smaller than the IT shop of many a mega entity out there. So there is no reason why all of you out there cannot be on HANA now. And that was the reason why we brought our group together the way we did.
Thank you.
Any final comments from you, Tamara, Snehashish, or Craig, before we do a quick wrap up here?
I would say that there's a lot of possibility with HANA, and that companies shouldn't be afraid to take advantage of that, even if they need to start small, start somewhere and really see the power of HANA.
Yeah, from our perspective, I think we have taken the first step. There is more to go. The amount of innovation which SAP they themselves are doing in that space is mind-boggling. So I think this platform will enable us to address a lot of business challenges and set us for a successful future.
Business processes are more and more data-driven, and I think that HANA is a great place for a great platform for this data to be ingested, understood, and activated.
Thank you, panelists. Well, here is the thing, folks. The theme of this Sapphire Now and ASUG annual conference is all about making things simple. We heard that from SAP CEO Bill McDermott this morning. And if there is one thing that I want you to take away from this session today, it is that HANA, the platform, is at the core of everything you want to make simple. So folks, there's no reason to delay any longer or dither any further. Get on HANA now. Thank you for joining us. For more stories, go to asugnews.com.